Everybody, what's up everybody? Let's talk about it. It's April Dawn. What up everybody? It's April Dawn. What up everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. Everybody, it's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is Brigderton Season 1. All right, y'all, just gonna do a quick review on this wonderful show that I saw on Netflix. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now, so if you haven't, please don't watch this video. Go watch Season 1. Come back. I don't want to spoil it for you because we will talk about spoilers in this review. This is a Shonda Land show. If y'all remember, about a year ago or 6 months or so ago, Shonda Rhimes signed this huge deal with Netflix. She's leaving ABC, and we know why she's leaving ABC, because they was playing with sis. Okay, so she has this show now, and that she's gonna produce a lot of shows on Netflix. And this show is based off of a book. So it's about England. We have a mixed race woman who is playing King George's III's wife, the Mad King's wife. And if you look in historical context, there's a lot of back and forth about whether she was part African or, part black or whatever. There's not a whole consensus on whether she was or she wasn't. But the controversy is enough to cast this character. So I like the way they addressed race on this show. They don't really talk about it at the beginning, but there's one part where Lady Danbury, basically lays it out. Like, because of King George's marriage to her, now we're seen as more just color. We're integrated into society, X, Y, and Z. So it is a 7 or 8 episode show. It's definitely a good show. It's kind of predictable for me though, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as you saw the two main characters on screen together, you knew that they was gonna play like they wasn't in love, and then they was gonna fall in love. Like, this was obvious for me. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I was like, okay, how many episodes we're gonna get to for the love to happen, right? But the thing about this show is they took it to the next level, because not only did they had to get married. You know what I mean? They had to get married and he was gonna die. And after they got married, that's when we dealt with the broken man and the girl who loves him so much that she wants to love him past his faults and yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? He had all these demons that had made this stupid vow to his ugly ass daddy, okay, who didn't care about him and all of that. So the man who plays Simon is fine as hell. Oh my God. I think he's in Roots too. Somebody said he was in Roots. I remember the new Roots that came out. And I kind of remember, is that him? I think that was him. That was in that movie too. And so he's fine. He's fine. And the young girl who played, I forgot her name, but the main character. It's been a few days since I watched it, so I forgot these people's names. Forgive me, y'all. But the young girl who played his girlfriend, wife, love interest, I thought that she was a pretty white girl. She was kind of plain to me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, okay? It wasn't nothing spectacular about her, but she was a cute white girl for the time period. She was probably gorgeous. So she gets declared the diamond of the season. They have this whole season where the girls come out, honey, and they trying to get them a husband. And Simon is seen, the Duke of Hastings is seen as, a very eligible bachelor. And so, but he don't want to get married because he made this vow to his father that he was going to stop the Hastings line because his daddy treated him like straight trash, okay? He had a stutter when he was young, His mama died during birth. He grew up basically alone. His father kind of ostracized him and took every opportunity to berate the shit out of him. So he hated his dad and he didn't want the family line to continue. So he told his father that, he would never have kids and he would never marry. So he ends up meeting this girl, and to get the pressure off of both of them, to get her better suitors, because after she's declared the diamond, nobody don't want to date her for some weird ass reason. And so she's like, I need a husband. And he's like, okay, well, I need them to stop trying to give me a wife. So let's go ahead and hook this thing up so you can find you a husband. So they play like they dating or whatever. And eventually she pulled a prince. Okay, now I don't know if I would have got with homeboy after he had pulled me a prince, boo. So, anywho, she had pulled the prince. The prince really liked her. The queen was like, oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to have a new little niece or whatever. I'm excited about it. And the queen was my, low-key, one of my favorite characters because she was so messy. And I just lived for her, okay? I just lived for her wigs like I lived for sis. So she always had the hoes with her. Like, every time she was with the hoes, it was like... The hoes ain't had no job but just to sit by her and look cute. Period. He thought she was gonna have a new niece, but he kisses Late Duke Hastings ended up kissing old girl. You know, they not supposed to do that without chaperone. Him and the brother get into it, and they basically do. And she's like, no, we're going to get married. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get married. And so we realize that he actually does love her. And, you know, he gives this heartfelt speech to the queen so they can get their license to get married. And they get married. And they start bumping, baby. They are screwing all over the house, baby. He is tearing that motherfucking thing up. And she don't know nothing about nothing. And so she eventually realizes that he told her that he couldn't have kids. So, you know, eventually she realizes, no, he can have kids. He don't want to have no kids because he was pulling out. She felt very betrayed by this, obviously. And she realizes over time that his father did what he did. She found some letters, and eventually she tells him, I love you, and you know, you can choose to have a different life, and I just don't want to pretend like I don't love you no more, and yada, yada, yada. And they get together in the end, and they're happy. They have a baby. All is great and all is wonderful, okay? So that's what happens with their storyline. Now we have Miss Whistledown, which ends up being Penelope, Pip, whatever they call her name. Pen, that's what her name was, Penelope. And so she's the sister of another group of girls who are not as attractive. You know, they kind of like catty and messy hoes. Basically, one of them was trying to get with the prince. And one of the sisters, well, she's not a sister. She's somebody who's there because their dad is a gambler. And so he owes somebody some money. So the man said, you got to take care of my daughter for this season. So the daughter, Miss Thompson, who is also a black girl, mixed race or whatever you want to call it. I don't know exactly what she is. She ends up being the girl that everybody want, you know. But come to find out, homegirl was pregnant when they sent her ass down there, okay? So she almost tricks one of the Brigderton brothers into marrying her. He was a nice, sweet guy. He said he would have married her if she had told him her situation. But she lied, and she gets found out because Penelope puts it in the paper. Now, we find out at the end of the season that Penelope is Miss Whistledown. Did y'all think? I thought it was either her or Lady Danbury, because they had Lady Danbury doing the voice, the voiceovers of every episode. So, you know, obviously it was going to put it on your mind like it was Lady Danbury, but we ended up being Penelope. I knew it was Penelope because when it came out the next day in a news rag or the gossip rag about Miss Thompson, I knew it was Penelope because she was crying the night before it came out. So I was like, gosh, she felt bad because her and the Brigderton boy were good friends and she really loved him. But, you know, he just don't see her like that. It was like she was scared to tell him. She never told him, you know, and I don't know if he saw her like that anyway. So, she never got found out. The queen went through pains to try to find out who she was, but she got away with it. So, you know, another season will go by and you know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll reveal herself, but that's going to be up to her. So I really enjoyed Penelope's character. I felt like she was shady as fuck though, girl. Like, cause you was low-key grinning and you had ruined this whole girl life or whatever. She almost had her little husband, baby. But Miss Thompson was wrong for that shit. So, you know, eventually it was gonna get found out anyway. Thompson ended up marrying the guy who she was pregnant for. He died, but his brother came and was like, listen, I'll do right by you. I'll marry you. He was a nice guy, but they just wasn't in love, you know. And so she told him no at first, but eventually she says that she will marry him and she goes off with him in the end. Now, that family ended up in financial ruin, baby. That man her husband got killed. I don't know what happened with the black man. Did he get the money? Because he had set up a rigged fight with the black guy. So I don't know if the black guy even got the money that he was supposed to get. Like, I'm not sure how that turned out, but we know that he ended up dead and they ended up with no money, baby. They ain't had no money. So I don't know what to become of that family because they was already getting hand-me-down outfits. I want to tell you that two of them Brigderton brothers look just alike, baby. I didn't even know they was two different people till like the 4th episode. They looked exactly alike. They had one brother that was messing with the tailor. You know, she was like a seamstress. And she was cute, though. She was from France. And then they had another guy who was, the other brother was messing with an opera singer that he really loved. But eventually he had to let her go, too, because she could not be who he wanted her to be. She wasn't going to change for him. And, you know, she didn't want to try to fit into polite society. So, overall, I thought it was a really good show. Like, it really was entertaining. It really was beautiful. I loved how they took the music, the classical interpretations of the new songs, you know, like that the Ariana Grande song. They played that like a couple of times in the first episode. So I thought that was cute how they incorporated that into episode or episodes, and I thought that, like I said, the whole story with the Brigderton girl and Duke Hastings, it was cute, but it was low-key predictable. I'm not gonna lie. I knew that they was gonna get together, and I knew eventually whatever trials and tribulations they went through was going to work out, and they was gonna end up being together. So, but overall, I thought it was a great show. Miss Lady Danbury and the Queen were probably my favorite characters because they were just everything. I just wish they had plugged Lady Danbury wig a little bit and gave her a natural looking hairline. But those actresses are amazing. They were amazing. They were really good. And that man, baby, that man look, I'm gonna be ghetto, I'm gonna be country, okay, and tell y'all, that man looked it real good. Okay, he was real caramel complected, and he looked like a piece of nougat in a Snicker bar, and he looked real nice. He looked real good. Okay, so if nothing else, yes. And the Brigderton boys was cute too. Even the little chubby one, the young one, he was just as cute as can be. They was all cute. Like they said, they making some good looking men and women over there. Lady, homegirl, Miss Brigderton was out there busting down, honey, having 8 kids. And half them people was dead when they had 1 kid. Dead after they had 1 child. Homegirl had 8 babies. They said on the last one, she almost died though. Okay, so... But mama, and you know, she had her own little issues going on or whatever. But I thought that it was a very good show. If you have not checked out Brigderton, please check it out. Let me know what you guys thought about it. All right, I will holler at y'all. Peace.